This is an Itoh peony. Its name is Cora Louise, and Itoh peonies are intersectional hybrids. That is, they're a hybrid between tree peonies and herbaceous peonies. Itoh peonies have particularly beautiful flowers, this one with a deep maroon to red blush at the bottom of each petal. They'll begin flowering in mid-spring and keep flowering right through until early summer. They are a peony with good green foliage which lasts well right through the season until autumn. This is a young plant and these are the first two flowers that it's ever had, but they're a good size and there are a few more coming on. We've planted this one in full sun. It's in a humus-rich, well-drained soil, and we've dug in lots of compost and lots of lime before we planted it. We don't usually water this plant. The only time we'd water it is if we have a particularly dry winter or a particularly dry spring. By the end of spring, when the flowers are starting to finish up, the Itohs, like other peonies, start to go into dormancy and they don't require water. Although it is a good idea to mulch lightly around the plants, and this is going to stop weeds and retain a moist, cool root run. There are many other Itoh peonies available, and today we're going to get Ron Boekel to show us some of the varieties in his collection.
This particular intersectional is quite a rare one called Scarlet Heaven. It only has 2 rows of petals, but it has the ability to become an electric luminous red when the sun hits it. Quite a startling Itoh peony.
Semi-double, and it was bred by Roger Anderson in the US in the early 1980s. He was the first one to start breeding intersectional hybrids. It was often called the impossible cross. When Toichi Itoh in the early 60s bred the first 4, Yellow Gem, Yellow Heaven, Yellow Crown, Yellow Symphony, he had to pollinate 1,200 flowers to get a handful of seeds. And when he got the seedlings up, he died shortly after, so he never got to see the product of his hard work. So his son-in-law, Oshida, he took over and he raised the seedlings on and he gave them their names. But I believe the only one left of that original crossing is called Yellow Crown, which is what we have in Australia. And I got that off Dennis Norgate, and Dr. Hughes in 1983 actually imported it into the country because Dennis Norgate ended up with the Dr. Hughes collection. So after Roger Anderson bred more first arrival, he went on to breed other different colours, and then other breeders started to take an interest because they realised that the long flowering period was astonishing, and the ease of which they were to grow. So they're breeding all sorts of colours and combinations, and I believe that now in the around 2015 on, they're breeding enormous doubles of all colour configurations and combinations that are often not even seen in tree peonies. So we've got this fabulous new race of genetic successes that just grow easy. They're hybrids of hybrids. They can't fail. And it doesn't matter where I plant Itohs on my nursery, they always grow successfully, and the foliage is always gleaming away. Even without flowers, they make a tremendous cottage garden addition.
So that's it for Itoh peonies. We've got some other videos coming up, including one on herbaceous peonies and another one on tree peonies. Some wonderful varieties and flowers in those 2 groups as well. We also have some specialist videos on how to plant and grow the various types of peonies in your own garden. So subscribe, check out the website for full growing notes, and as always, good luck with your gardening.